I don't want to be here. This is an Illini basketball postgame show from No One Asked Us. He's Craig Choate. I'm Logan Lee. We are coming to you just minutes after the debacle in downtown Indianapolis, where the Illini lose in the quarterfinals of the Big Ten tournament to Indiana, 65-63. Let's just get a few things out of the way first. I'll speak for myself. I can't speak for you. I'll give you a chance to chime in here in a second. I didn't really want to care about this game, first off. I either wanted Illinois to control this game from start to finish or just flat out just lose it. And I didn't want to care. I think part of me is just a little gun shy, or I don't know, just last year continues to haunt me. So I just didn't want to care about this game. As I said, either win the game, control the game from start to finish, or just flat out fall on your face and start over. We didn't get either of those. We got an Illinois team that sometimes looked like they wanted to play, and down the stretch just looked awful. So I don't really know where I'm going with this. All I'm saying is it sucks that that's how it happened. And now here we are minutes after it happened, and both of us are a little fragile. I think one of us is probably a little more fragile than the other. But yeah, that's what happened. We'll get into the nuts and bolts here in a second. Real quick, to my co-host, Craig. I'll let you have the floor. What are your thoughts? Just broad scope.
This team won't make it out of the first weekend of the NCAA tournament.
Yep.
And they fooled us this entire season. If they're not making shots, they can't beat IPFW, whatever podunk team you throw out there. They can't. They have Kofi. That's it. Kofi was a beast, like he is. 23 and 10, 8 of 13 from the field.
Yep.
Next, while you're talking about whatever next, I'm going to do some math, because outside of Kofi and Coleman Hawkins balling out, the other 8 players that played were shit. And I'm sorry, there's going to be a lot of language in this episode. This was a fucking embarrassment of a basketball team. I know we do stats after our recaps here, but I'll let you get into those, and then I'll talk about what went wrong. But I'm with you. I did not want to win the Big Ten tournament. We talked about that on the episode. I did not want to win the Big Ten tournament this week, but I did not want to lose this game. I wanted either a semifinal or a final loss. And you got this. You're the co-champions. You win your first regular season championship, and you come out and lay an egg and show no fight and no energy. Just an embarrassment. Go ahead.
Yeah, you're right. Let's go over the stats. As Craig mentioned, Kofi did finish with another double-double, 23 and 10. The other bright point for the Illini was Coleman Hawkins, 18 points for him, 4 rebounds. He was 4 for 7 from 3. So that was nice to see, because nobody else was producing much. Trent Frazier did finish with 11 points. He had the bonehead play of the game, or one of several, down the stretch. He finished with 11.6 assists. Alfonso Plummer hit 2 threes, finished with 6 points. Andre Curbelo, 5 points and 10 rebounds for Bello, 4 assists for him. Did have 1 turnover. The big issue here at play is the shooting, and that is something to be concerned about, because you're right. We have seen this team play at times like they are Final Four caliber, but in order to do that, they have to be hitting shots. That wasn't happening tonight. Now they did get fairly good games out of those 2 key pieces that we've talked about, the Coleman Hawkins and the Andre Curbelo situation, 2 players that have emerged of late that we have needed down the stretch. Both of them played a nice game. I mean, Curbelo wasn't perfect. He never is. But he had a really nice pass to Coleman that Coleman wasn't able to finish on. But he had some nice assists. As I said, 10 rebounds for him. I didn't hate his take at the end. He just missed the layup. That was the theme for the night. I don't have those exact numbers in front of me, but the number of missed layups and dunks and free throws were obviously key too. Illinois was 15 for 23 at the free throw line tonight, 65%. You need better than that. You need better than that. But the missed layups and the missed dunks in this game was awful. You can get away with not hitting all your threes against a team that's a not great team like Indiana, who's now going to make the tournament because of this win. But you have to make those dunks and layups. I mean, Omar Payne missed a alley-oop dunk. Coleman Hawkins missed at least one dunk. Or maybe he had that second one that was kind of a dunk, kind of a layup. I'm not really sure what it was. There were several missed layups in this game. You're right, Craig. This team just did not show anything. And I'll be honest, Indiana was trying to give this game away at the end. Indiana had a 1-point lead at like the 2-minute mark. I don't remember what it was, but I was thinking to myself, neither team is trying to win this game. It was awful. It was awful basketball down the stretch. Credit Indiana. They were playing good enough defense. Illinois just could not do anything with it. They could not hit shots. They couldn't hit layups. They were turning the ball over. They did hit a couple free throws down the stretch, got Kofi to make some, but they got nothing else. They got absolutely nothing else. Did you come up with some math there?
Yeah, I'm finishing it up right now.
Okay. What do you got for me? I'd love to hear it.
Kofi went 8 of 13 from the field. Coleman Hawkins went 5 of 10. Everyone else went 7 of 33. Yes. I believe that comes out to 4%. Because you divide 37. No, that's
7 divided by 3.
What? It'd be 33 divided by 7. 33.
It's 21%.
21%. I did it backwards. Free throws. Kofi was 7 for 8. Hawkins was 4 for 7. Everyone else was 4 for 8. So everyone else was 50%. Coleman and Kofi were whatever that is. You had 2 players play today. The other 8 that played contributed absolutely nothing other than Curbelo had 10 rebounds. That's it. It was a 2-person team today. The other 8 decided not to show up. Those were the numbers I was crunching.
Trent did score 11 points. Granted, he was 2 for 6 from 3 and 4 from the field, but he did score 11.
Trent
points.
had a decent.
Only one of those. Only one of those was at the free throw line. As much as we've appreciated the emergence of Coleman Hawkins, I think you missed Jacob Grandison tonight. Hopefully, it sounds like he was at least. I know he was there. I don't think he was in a sling. I don't know.
Yeah, he's out of his sling.
I don't know if we're going to see him in the NCAA tournament next weekend, but I think you missed him tonight. As great as Coleman has been, and as great as he was in this game, Jake just adds a little bit more because we haven't really seen much out of Melendez or Goody. So this was pretty much just a 7-man rotation tonight. And even Omar Payne wasn't really providing you much either. So lot of issues here, a lot of things to be concerned about. I try to be positive. I try to stay off of social media, the negative. Oh my goodness. I can't take it all the time. I know he's still annoying, and I know he still does stupid things. I like having Andre Curbelo out there. I do. I know he makes his mistakes. He missed that layup down the stretch, but goodness, nobody else was getting anything going. So, whatever. That was one of the best shots Illinois took all night. I like having him out there. And right now, especially with Jake out, they don't really have a lot of other options. So people want to continue to be negative about him, whatever. He's not the problem. He's not the problem. I don't really know what the problem was. It's hard to signal that there was one problem. Yes, you did just bring up all those numbers where everybody else shot 20% from the field. But as we just said, Trent did score 11 points. Curbelo still had 5 points. He was 1 for 7 from the field. And I don't know. You can't blame Plummer. Plummer was 2 for 12, and still there were still shots that he passed up on that he just flat out didn't take because he didn't have the confidence in himself. So I don't really know where you put the blame here. It's hard to say they came out flat. I don't know that was necessarily the case.
Hold on, I got the stats pulled up here. Big Ten stats does a lot better than regular stats. Illinois was 11 for 22 at the rim. They missed 14 shots at the rim.
That's the problem.
That's the problem right there.
That and free throws.
That and free throws. You missed 14 either layups or dunks. 14.
Now, some of that was, again, Kofi being hounded by about 3 or 4 guys. That does happen several times a night. I'm not sitting here and saying that he should make those. Those are a little tougher than Curbelo's layup down the stretch. But still, you're right. That is bad. Between that number and the 15 for 23 at the free throw line, that's what killed you. That's what killed you. It wasn't Plummer going streaky again. There was some mistakes, certainly. But that's what's killed. That's what absolutely killed you in this game. It was inability to connect on layups and dunks and buckets at the bucket. Like that's honestly what it was. It was just not fun. I didn't even talk about Indiana. Trace Jackson Davis had a great game, 21-7 for him. He had 3 assists, did have 3 turnovers. Xavier Johnson, 13 points. Race Thompson finished with 10 points. They were a little more scattered in terms of scoring, but they didn't play a great game either. Defensively, they were better than Illinois. Indiana is a team that, as I said, is probably only going to make the tournament now because they won this game. They were a bubble team at best. And that's just what it was. Illinois, yet again, just simply wasn't the best team on the court. Even when Indiana wasn't playing a great game, Illinois still went out there and just wasn't the better team. And that's just not going to get you very far. Clearly, it didn't get you very far in the Big Ten tournament, and that's not going to get you very far in the NCAA tournament that starts, Selection Sunday will be coming up. So this tournament starts 1 week from yesterday. I don't know. I'm sure we could talk about other things. Is there something that sticks out that you want to rant about or rave about, or positives, negatives? Where are you at besides pissed off?
I don't even know. I legitimately don't even know. Illinois is better than this Indiana team by 15 to 20 points.
Yeah.
So when you don't get that result, something is wrong.
I had a friend text me yesterday. He said, Illinois by 20 or 30. And I said, Illinois by 6. And then he said, after leading by how much? And I believe I said something like 17. But the point is, there are a lot of people out there that I think casually watch this team occasionally and think they should blow teams out. And they should not blow teams out, but they should have handled Indiana tonight. But we have seen this time and time again where it just doesn't happen. They are just not the better team on the court at times when they need to be. Granted, they were enough to win a share of the Big Ten Conference and to get the number 1 overall seed in the Big Ten tournament. That is great. As you said earlier in the show, I was ready to lose in the semis or in the championship game. Did not want to lose to this Indiana team. They're not that good. So it's just kind of frustrating. But obviously you now just need to look past this and move ahead because there are bigger things at play here. And both of us, you and I know a lot of Illini fans are focused on at least getting to the Sweet 16. It's something we know this team is capable of, but if they show up like they did today, it'll probably be another early exit. And that part,
who was Trent passing it to with 15 seconds left?
The person sitting second row in the stands. Did you not?
He made a no-look pass. He made a no-look pass to a guy that was 3 feet away from him. Yeah. Remember like 4 weeks ago when I said this team goes stupid and they go dumb and ignorant That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
At how many of their post feeds did they try to go over their defender and their defender just put their hands up inch?
There were like
there was
2
5 or
or 3
6
of those. Yeah, at least. Yeah, like
that's a pass fake, bounce pass. You learned that in 3rd grade.
They're trying to get to Kofi over the top. They see him behind his defender and they're trying to get that advantage. And yeah, I know.
I will say, Andre Curbelo made one of the best passes I've ever seen on any basketball court tonight.
Fantastic.
Today, I guess it's 2:15 in the afternoon. I think if Coleman Hawkins dunks that, Illinois wins this game.
That was early. I mean, it wasn't early in the second half, but that was like.
But Illinois was on a run. He got fouled, and they weren't in the bonus yet. I don't know what happened on that play. I should have, I guess.
He hit I think he hit a free throw, and then he hit a 3 on the very next play on the pass from Curbelo in transition, I think. So maybe, I'm not going to say you're wrong, but I mean, they did get 3 points right away after that. So, yeah, that was a great pass. That's the Curbelo that we know. And that we have seen flashes of, and that I'm sure we will see more of. This team tonight, they beat themselves. Yes, Indiana plays good defense at times, and they are now a tournament team, so kudos to them. Illinois beat themselves. They just that's all it was. That's all it was. They missed the shots they needed to take. They missed the bunnies. They missed the free throws, the dunks, the layups. That's what killed you. That's what killed you in this game.
I know you said Kofi was getting hacked at the rim and stuff. He missed 5 of the bunnies. Hold on. I had it pulled up here and I just left it to look at turnovers. Illinois did only have 8 turnovers, which isn't too terrible. They were 11 of 25 at the rim, 4 out of 9 for other shots in the paint. So 15 out of 24 in the paint, technically. They were 8 of whatever from 3. They did not make another shot. All of their points either came from the paint or behind the arc, which I guess that's kind of the definition of this team because it's either Kofi or it's a 3.
They don't have a mid-range game.
No,
they don't have that kind of player.
8 for 22 from 3.
Yeah, that left with Io. Like, it doesn't exist. Like, even now we're seeing Coleman is becoming, I mean, he wants to take the 3 more than anything else. Yeah, this team, they're good, but they're limited. And when a certain part of their game isn't working, it's not pretty for what the outcome is. They don't have a mid-range game. They don't. They live and die by the 3 and the layup. And when you're not clicking on either of those things, I don't really know what else to tell you. This is a game you should have won.
Alfonso Plummer scares me right now. 2 for 12, and he was passing up shots. There was one point, it was late, it was close. He shot faked. Defender flew by him, and he stepped in for a 2 that he missed. That's a shot. He needs to get behind the arc. He's the best shooter in the Big Ten. Even if he's missing, I'd rather him take a 3 than a 2 that's 3 feet in front of the arc.
And
it's just like he's not right up here right now. He's in his own head.
Well, when you go 2 for 7 from 3, I'm sure he probably was hesitant. He probably thinks that there are other people on the court that should be shooting. But newsflash, buddy, it's you. You're the guy. As much as we want to say it should be Trent at times, yes, it should be Trent at times. But I don't want Curbelo taking those shots. I don't want Curbelo taking shots that aren't right under the basket. If you can get Kofi the ball, great. But it's got to be him. It's got to be him or Trent that are taking those shots at those times. So he's got to have the confidence to be able to do that. If he doesn't, they're in trouble.
I haven't rewatched the potential game winner. Was it a clean look, or did he shoot the layup? Like, did he have to get it up over somebody? Have you seen a replay?
Layup?
Carbella's layup with 3 seconds left.
No, I didn't go back and rewatch it. No, I mean, at the time it looked fairly clean, but I'm sure there was somebody in his face to some degree. I don't know.
That's another thing. Auburn lost. like you said, I didn't
Darn.
want to win the tournament, but I didn't want to lose this game.
No.
I sat through the full 40 minutes, 39 minutes and 55 seconds. I sat pretty calm. Like I was letting out the claps and the fist bumps when they were hitting threes and stuff. But when he missed that layup and they got the rebound, I picked up and I stormed off like I did last year when they lost to Loyola. Now, I didn't go on a walk for 2 hours and disappear, but I left our den that we watched the game in, and I went to the front room, picked up a pillow, and just beat the back of our old couch up there with the pillow. And then I came in here, slammed the door. Logan texted me at 1:48 saying he's ready whenever. And I did not text him back until 2:02 that I was ready.
Yeah.
So
I was giving you your time. I knew you needed it.
Yeah, I don't know where I was going with that. Basically saying that for 39 minutes of the game, I was like, all right, whatever. And then when you had it in your grasp and you miss 14 fucking layups, the 14th, which would have been the game winner, that's where yeah.
All right, well, let's just move on. Let's get this show over with. So Indiana moves on to the semifinals. They will get the winner of Iowa and Rutgers. That game tipping off here shortly. The other games tonight in the Big Ten tournament, Wisconsin plays, I'm not looking at a bracket, Michigan State, and Purdue gets Penn State, who upset Ohio State last night. So those will be the other games tonight. Obviously, by the time this comes out, probably some of these games will have already taken place. I don't know if we need to talk about the rest of you just mentioned Auburn got beat today. There have been some upsets around conference tournaments. Illinois is certainly not the first upset. They won't be the last, but they now move on. I think this locks them into a 4 seed.
Is it stay on a 4? I mean, this team, I said it, I think a month or two ago, this team is a 5 seed that gets upset by a 12 seed in the first round. This is exactly the recipe for a 12-5 upset and Illinois being the 5.
Yeah, I haven't done any more bracketology today. I would think they're on the 4 line because, again, this goes back to the whole discussion. I think the committee probably still had them on the 3 line, even though most people didn't. I don't know that much has changed by the time they came out with that original thing a few weeks ago to where we are now. So I think my guess, again, not what I had as a so-called rookie bracketologist, I think the committee probably had them at a 3, which means they are now probably a 4, but they are certainly in limbo there of being a 5. So that's certainly not something you want. You don't want the 5-12. But hey, whatever, man. Just gotta win a couple of games next weekend. That would make this feel a whole lot better. We won't have a show for you tomorrow, obviously, but we will plan to do something. We're going to do something Selection Sunday, I assume. That's what we've talked about.
Yeah, I spent an hour last night making graphics for it. So
okay, we're doing a show for Selection Sunday. So we will have a show for you Sunday. Is it going to be live? To our producer Craig, is our show going to be live, or is this going to be? Will that work for your graphics if it's a live show? It may not.
Yeah,
may not
graphics are the same. I think we can try a live. Yeah, let's try a live selection show reaction.
Tentatively, this will be a live show. But either way, there will be a show for you on Sunday, reacting to the selection show, Illinois seeding, breaking down the bracket, reacting to the Big Ten championship, I'm sure to some degree, depending on who's playing, and all of that fun stuff. Anything else, Craig, that we need to talk about?
I mean, we've been going for like 20 minutes and I could go for like 4 hours, but I can't put coherent sentences together. So no. Plug our socials.
I will. Baseball's back.
I had, of course, as I do every game, I had Illinois stuff on. They don't deserve it tonight, so I changed into my Cardinals stuff because baseball's back.
Baseball is back. We will talk about that more in full on our next full pod, which will probably be Monday, I would imagine. So, all right, that's going to do it for us. I know, I'm getting there.
Like the socials and like the YouTube and subscribe to the YouTube.
Go ahead. It's your show. Go ahead.
Well, you didn't do it off the top, so by now we've probably lost all our listeners, but okay.
Oh my God. Facebook. We're on Facebook now. Instagram, Twitter, at No One Asked Us Pod, at Craig W. I'm at the Logan Lee. We'll see you next time. Bye.